How's everybody doing? Good. Zach, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Jeff. Yeah, I was curious how your multiple offers has been going, if you dove into that at all.
My ad went on yesterday. So, and I downloaded 2,700 people from PropStream.
Yep.
I think I'm just going to do that. Just did it for a month. I think I'm just going to take that list and put them into a workflow, start sending them. I might do a voicemail today and add that in before I turn that on. So there's a voicemail drop. I set that up to do a voicemail drop every 6 minutes
Nice.
from 9 to 5 p.m., 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I have heard that that will get me 3 to 5 calls a day. Typically, they'll call back and then hit the multiple offers. I'll tell you one thing I'm doing, and you guys could look at this. Tim. I'm excited about this guy. Have you heard of Robert Weichelt? Does that name ring a bell? EXP agent out of California. Robert Weichelt. So he's in the multiple offers, some of the training in there. He does a thing. He does like an auction process. Have you guys ever? Have you ever done auctions? Anybody ever done an auction process with a home? He does this. He'll go after expireds and FISBOs, and he will meet with them. And the first 3 to 5 minutes, he meets them on Zoom. First 3 to 5 minutes, if they're not willing to budge on price at all, he just moves on. Like, it didn't sell because of price, most likely, whatever. So he'll hit them on price. If they're willing to talk about that, whatever, now he'll present his plan. So he puts them into multiple offers, gets the offers, but he's out of 70, he's had 72 closings, I think he said, in the last 6 months in San Diego, between 750 and 1,500,000. Kind of his range. Only one has actually taken the multiple offer, but the rest, again, it opens the door for the conversation. What he does is a 14-day listing agreement. He puts them on the market on Mondays, um, and no showings until Saturday. Markets the heck out of it for a week. Social media multiple times a day, ads on Facebook, Bold Trail, just really like just boosting it up big time for the first like 5 or 6 days on the market. Then Saturday he does an open house and they line up outside the door. He everything he prices 15% below market value. So it creates this frenzy around the house. Um, there was a guy on the webinar that I watched last week, and he did his first one over Father's Day weekend. He had 64 people come through on Saturday for the open house, 32 on Sunday. On the multiple offers listing page, it says make an offer. You can make an offer on there. And so on day two, he'll put in some of the multiple offers just for leverage more than anything. But every time somebody makes an offer on that page, it alerts everybody on there who's made an offer that, hey, we have a new offer, whatever. Tuesday night, he goes in, we need your highest and best by Wednesday at 7. Wednesday at 7, he closes it. The seller does not have to accept any offer. They can't accept or reject any offer. It's kind of in the terms, so they don't have to do it. But every one of them, he's just like again, it's just driving the price, and he's getting so much activity and bringing on buyer agents like crazy because he can't handle the open houses that he's doing. And it's this whole thing he's got going. So I've been watching some of his videos. I got a meeting with him tomorrow because even to apply the whole multiple offers thing, but with that process. So, Tim, what are your thoughts on that? As you hear that, just kind of a basic overview of that. Like, I've never done an auction type process. I don't know. I need to talk to our brokers here in Colorado. What is there anything with this that I'm not that I couldn't do? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, either. I think what everything you described sounds great. My only hesitation when you were talking about it is he's pricing everything below market. Um, I guess he's got confidence that he's going to end up selling it for a retail price by starting low and getting multiple offers. Any feedback on that, whether he's ended up selling these properties above what market was or
I'll ask him that tomorrow when I meet. How many actually get above what the actual market is? But I think again, just finding the right seller, maybe to do it.
Mhm.
It's expireds and FISBOs. Um, I think it's driving the price up. I mean, when you got 100 people lined up outside the door, I mean, literally, he says he sets a table up in the driveway and they're checking people in. They got a QR code. They get all the details on the house, the details on how to make the offer. It's all built into this thing. They get that listing page, and he's letting in 6, 7, 8 at a time into the house. One comes out, another one goes in. It's just And it's just this line of people. About half of them have agents, half of them don't, and he said it's just like it's just chaos. He does it for 3 hours on Saturday and 3 hours on Sunday, and there's so much activity around it. You're still getting offers coming in on Monday and Tuesday, and then he hits everybody who's made an offer. He hits them all on Tuesday night, 24 hours. We need your highest and best by Wednesday night at 7. And again, the seller does not have to take it. My question would be, and again, he does a 14-day listing agreement, and then he amends it if they go under contract for another 30 to 45 days, whatever. If they don't go under contract, I guess it would just be, if they don't accept one of the offers, I guess, I don't know if you're just done, or do you put it now on? That's my question is like, okay, if you got $1 million property, you list it at 850, it creates all this frenzy around it because you're marketing like crazy. And then if it actually doesn't sell or they don't get what they want, then do you turn around and put it on the market at the market value price? Because that doesn't look good. You were listed at 850 for 2 weeks and now you're at 1 million. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I have a question about that. But again, I guess they could just move on. They were already on the market for 6 months or whatever, and it didn't sell. It's an expired listing typically.
Mm.
So I don't know. I've got questions for him. I'm meeting with him tomorrow though. And if you go to it's Robert Weichelt, Weichelt. He's got a YouTube channel just under his name. And every Friday at 12 noon Mountain Time, he's doing these mastermind videos with people that are doing it with him. He's been doing it now for the last, I think he started in 2017 doing this, but the multiple offers thing just kicked in the last couple of years in terms of that piece of it. And again, he mainly uses those for leverage to leverage those offers, because some of those offers, I mean, again, the gross offer, not the net offer, the gross offer is right up pretty close. Some of those are up there right at close to market value. So again, he'll put those in there at some point if he needs to. He'll insert those in because they are legitimate offers. So he'll go in there and make an offer under the make an offer tab. He'll put those offers in, which again, it's just leveraging to get people up to where they need to be. So
That was one of my questions. Well, first, real quick, since we're on that, how did you say he does the outreach? I know he's using multiple offers, but how is he connect? Is he just cold calling these FSBOs and expireds,
I
or?
think so. He's making calls every day. He said he gets the list every day of expireds. FSBOs, he's just going to
Yeah,
Zillow and under
numbers right
buy and
there.
look up,
Mhm.
like owner listed, and you
Yeah,
can call those people. And I just looked yesterday on there, like here in Colorado Springs, I think there was like 15 listed on there. There's not that many,
right.
but he'll call them and like, even just the regular script. Hey, hey, I just, if I brought you an offer, are you, whatever, are you paying agents if they're bringing an offer? I've actually got a couple offers for you. Somehow he's
Yeah.
got a whole script, whatever. And then but he hasn't been into a house for a listing appointment, he said, since 2020. Every one of his he does over Zoom,
Wow.
the whole thing. And his buyer agents are going out doing the open houses on Saturday, Sunday. Like he
Nice.
didn't even go to those. But I'm like, it's pretty wild what he's doing. But he's got there's a bunch of agents that are working with him on it, again, with the multiple offers piece as leverage.
Wow. Um, I was curious, Jeff, if because I know we talked about how we get that preliminary offer and multiple offers, and you actually have to submit it to the buyer to see what they come back with. Have you done any of that? Because
I haven't
my
yet.
I've been getting just pretty different numbers from what that preliminary offer is. And sometimes it's market dependent because I know we've been having, more of a saturated market here. So maybe hotter markets are closer to that preliminary offer. And maybe here, because the demand isn't quite as what it used to be. Maybe that's why we're getting lower here. But it does vary, but I haven't gotten anything super close to what the
The
preliminary.
actual offer that came through.
But like, you said to the point, it's really just a great foot in the door. It's just like, hey, this is what we can do now. And if that doesn't make sense, then, I think what Robert's doing with that 14-day, because it's like it's not a huge risk to the seller, especially if you are getting multiple offers in those 14 days. It's like that's just going to negotiate the price up. So that's pretty awesome. I'd appreciate if you shared. You said he had a call that people can
If
plug
you
in.
go to his YouTube channel, you can watch every Friday at 12 noon Mountain Time. He goes on for an hour, like a mastermind with
On the
people.
YouTube.
And yeah, there's a Zoom link for it, whatever. I could send you the Zoom link. I'll see if I can find it, put the Zoom link in here. If
Cool.
everyone wants to get on Friday, it's
Cool.
just open to anybody. But anyway. What else is happening? I know not everybody's doing the multiple offers thing. It's something I'm playing with. I think it's again could be a good tool for to leverage. I think with expireds, FISBOs. I mean, again, I'm looking to pick up more listings for myself, my wife. Like that's the main thing I'm doing with it. So want to play with it, but I got a list. I did get a list of 2,700 people from PropStream over the last like 12 months. I think it's like 12 months of expireds,
Right.
throughout the county. And I'm going to just put them into a funnel and just drip on them
Yeah.
for like 30 days. Basically, it's like, I don't know, every 3 or 4 days, I get another email or text. I do have them scrubbed with the DNC list. So that's nice. Those people won't get a
Does
text.
that prop stream? It scrubs the DNC.
PropStream, yeah.
Nice.
Red X does the same thing. I'm looking maybe just to do Red X on a monthly basis for a while just to get some expired listing. You know, I looked
Yeah.
last night here in Paso County where we are in Colorado Springs. There were, I think, 79 over the last 30 days. Expired listings, about 200 over the last 3 months. So it's a good list. You know, put those people in and just drip
Hmm.
on them or a voicemail drop.
Hmm.
Hey, saw your house didn't sell, but it actually came across the desk of a couple of our buyers. Would you be open to talking about an offer? I've got an offer for you.
Hmm.
See what kind of call you get, and use the multiple offers as a tool, a leverage point. So, who else? What else? Nancy, good morning. Got your camera working. Hello, Nancy. Nancy's pretty new with us. She's showing up at everything. I love that you're here, Nancy. Keep coming. Hey, by the way, before I forget, I announced it yesterday. This is our last Wednesday. Connect to Collaborate. Starting next week, we go to Friday. Okay, because the big agent meeting with EXP is moving to Wednesdays. Okay, so that's actually going on right now. We don't want to conflict with that, but we kept this here for today just because so that everybody would know. But you'll see it in the calendar starting next. Did they get that right on the calendar, Tim? I didn't even look.
I haven't looked yet. I just got in late last night, so I'm still catching up.
Did you? Okay, I'll have to look and see because I know we posted the calendar yesterday, but that might not be right. Actually, we'll see. I'll have to double check. But the Connect to Collaborate this Wednesday meeting is moving to Fridays at the same time. So we'll meet Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, starting next week. Okay. Tracy stole a plant.
I have a question about.
Go, go ahead, Tina.
Oh no, I just wanted to ask if you guys had had any success, and I would imagine that the answer is yes and no. But I, when I sell a listing, have been sending out, and I haven't done a huge amount of it, but the last couple I've sent out letters to the folks in the area, letting them know that I sold the house and what the price was, etc. And you see that a lot with postcards and whatnot. But mine, I've resorted to a letter. I do everything by hand, and I'll do hundreds of them. Have you seen success with that? Do people, do you have to follow up intensely, or do they actually think about you if you send those letters?
Anybody had any success doing that? Has anybody done that? I haven't done it for quite a long time personally.
I was researching the calendar issue, and it is updated correctly on
Yes.
freedomteamsupport.com. So I didn't hear what she was saying. Were you talking about after a listing, doing just listed and under contract and just sold that, or
It's just been just sold, and I just wanted to see what level of success you guys had had. I feel like getting my name out there and not just a postcard, but a hand, you know, um, address letter would be effective. And I just wanted to see what y'all's level of success has been if you're doing that.
I
Did it
agree.
for 2 months, Tina. I was gonna say I did it for 2 months, Tina, in Atlanta, and I did get one listing from it, and that was years ago though. But yeah, that's the only time I did it.
I do it regularly on new listings if I'm in a neighborhood where I want more listings. Sometimes I don't want to take another listing in that neighborhood, but it's direct mail. It's 1% money, but I mean it's worth it. It doesn't cost much to get a second big commission in a neighborhood you want to work in.
Okay.
But I would do a just listed, I'd do an under contract, and I'd do a just sold because then they see your face 3 times throughout the 30, 45-day process instead of just once.
Yeah. And I could see, a QR code on each one, on
Yeah.
each postcard. I could see even doing a fourth postcard maybe a couple weeks later, like with a list of like everything that you've sold over the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months, whatever,
Yep. Yep.
days on market, whatever, if the ones that really stand out that way, average days on market, 89 days. This one sold in 31 days. This one sold in 23 days. This one sold in 18 days. This one sold in 38 days, whatever. And just whatever, just even like a little list of them. Again, with the QR code, just the consistency is the key. I think just one postcard, I wouldn't expect a whole lot. But if I did 3 or 4 or 5 over like a 6 to 8 week period, I think that's where you get the traction, I would think.
And if
Okay.
you're in a neighborhood you want to work in that you want to farm, you can do a quarterly. Here's everything that's sold in the last 90 days. And there's 4 more times they're going to see you. So there's a lot you could do with it. So yes, I would do it. I would stick with it. I would expand on what you talked about though.
Okay. I have a question too, just kind of leaning toward what Tina said. So, those of you with experience, I did go ahead and partner with Wise Pelican, in which they have three subdivisions. Actually, it's two subdivisions and a half of another one for 500 a month, and they're sending postcards out every month. They told me it's going to take at least 6 to 12 months to really get something going. This 500 a month, is that something that I'm? Is that something that you would continue, or what? I'm in month three, and they have a QR code on there, and I've gotten 3 scans, two of which did not give the correct email address, only one. So I followed up with those three to see if they're interested, but no one's responding back. So I'm having to use like PropWire, different things like that to get their information. Is that something that you would continue, or what do you think?
Yeah, I would. I mean,
Okay.
it's just another leg on the stool.
Okay. Okay.
I would
And
continue it. What is your QR code? Where does it go?
it goes to my website, I believe. It goes to my website, but it's a market report, is what it is. Monthly market report for the area, for their area in particular.
Okay.
And that's, yeah, so I just wasn't sure because I'm in this third month of 500. I'm
And
like,
you
okay.
capture their email with the QR code?
Yes, when they scan, I capture their email, and their information, name, email, address, and that's all I know. But I don't get a phone number unless they put it in there, and they have not.
Okay.
I'd make
But they
them
still want to.
required fields, and if you're farming a neighborhood with that, I mean, you can take part of their information and get the rest of it,
Yeah.
and you could go door knock the person that scanned your QR code, but you could say, you must have mistyped something. That looks like your email's invalid. I was here to get your correct email because I know I want to get you this market report every month."
There you go. Thank you, Tim. I'll do that. But no phone number. So I'm going to ask Wise Pelican, can they make that a required field? Um, but you're right. I've done my research and gotten their information. So I did not knock on the door. That's something I planned on doing. I thought about that, but I didn't do it. So now that's confirmation. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Mhm.
Let me share something here real quick. I have not looked into this yet. This came up on this one call that I'm doing, and I just wonder how this QR code is here. Hold on a second. Oh, wait, no, it's up here. Sorry.
I'm sitting there thinking, I think it goes to the home valuation portion of my website. I think they have it where it goes straight to that section.
Okay.
But the offer is to give them a free monthly market report on the area,
Well, that's
correct?
what's going out. That's what the postcard has. It has a different market reports for the area. And then it's a home valuation is what the offer is. But I thought about it as I'm thinking now, Bow Trail is not always accurate on their home valuation. I've seen them undervalue the homes quite often. Have y'all noticed that?
Uh, I don't have a comment one way or the other on that, but I
Okay.
think your marketing has got mixed messaging. If you're sending if you on the postcard, you're talking
Yeah.
about a market report, and then you're taking them to a website where they have to fill something out to get a value on their home. That's not what you promised on the card. It feels
So
bait and switchy to me.
so the card has the actual numbers with the reports on it. Average home sold, have average days on market, things like that. And then for their specific home, they have to click the scan the code to get their personal home valuation. So you see, do you think that's still confusing? I guess I have to show you the card. But the card
Yeah,
shows, yeah.
I'd like to see the card, but if they don't give you accurate information and all the information you need, they don't get the home valuation. If you're telling them you'll give them a free home valuation if they click
Oh yeah,
here,
there you go. Okay, yeah, I
then
get what you're saying now.
then get
Mhm.
all the information or you can't help them.
Gotcha.
But you're
I need clarity on that. Hmm.
but you're sending the all the sold homes over the last 30 days or 90 days, or that's all on the postcard.
Yeah, it's a general market report for their area and their subdivision. And then they're supposed to scan the code to get for me to contact them to give them a home valuation. That's what that is possibly. But I thought it went straight to my home valuation portion. I'll get more clarity. That's the problem. I didn't get clarity for sure. So let me get that and then I can better bring it back next Friday.
Well, and I think you're giving away too much for free. If you're giving them
Mhm.
all the market data on the postcard, they have no reason to click on the Q or scan the QR code to give you their information so you can send it to them electronically every month. Would we what I would want to do.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I'm gonna get more clarity on that.
Then you can do a separate postcard periodically. It says if you want a current value on your home, click, go to this QR code and fill out this form. And on that form, you can ask beds and baths and square footage and what updates have you done? How many years have you owned it? And, then I'll get back to you in 48 hours with a up-to-date analysis and I'll call you if I have any further questions.
Okay. Okay.
And then call them and say, I'm actually going to need to see the condition of the home. Can I come over Thursday night at 7 or would 8 be better?
Hmm.
Now you're in a
Okay.
listing appointment.
Yeah. I'm looking through here trying to see what that postcard looks like, and I'll try to bring it up before the call is over. But
Yeah,
yeah, I want to
I'd
get
love
more
to see
clarity
it.
on that. Mhm.
I'd love to see the postcard. That would be helpful to see it. I think, yeah, and I'm reworking my bold trail right now. I wonder if you can do like with the home evaluation, can you do a range with the bold trail home evaluation? Do you know, Tracy?
I have not seen that. Like, okay, so when I enter my clients into Bold Trail and I say, okay, I just sold a home to them, and then they say, would you like a home valuation? Just being nosy, I clicked it. And to me, it undervalued my client's house. And I was like, this is not right. I would be upset if my house, was not worth
Yeah.
what I considered it's worth. And so it did not give a range. It gave like a flat number and it was low.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
What about a tool like RPR that
I
usually has
love
a decent
RPR.
range? And
Hmm.
then, I mean, use RPR for that. And then say, in order to narrow this range down for you, I need to see the condition of the inside of your home. When are you available?
Hmm. Right, right. Yeah, I like that. I love RPRs. That's why I use most of the time. I don't use Bow Trail. And that was my thing, that Bow Trail is not accurate. So I definitely don't use them. But as I was talking to you guys about my postcard, I got to thinking, hey, if it's in them to Bow Trail for evaluation, it's going to be wrong. So I need to get more clarity on exactly what's going on. Yeah. Yep, 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 yep.
Yep.
Putting
I
money
like
out
it
there. I
though. I
don't know where it's
mean,
going. That's it.
think about what you're doing. If you can do an under contract that just sold and then a quarterly, here's everything that's sold in the neighborhood and do another postcard that says if you want a free home evaluation on your, click here or scan this QR code. I mean, you can touch that market 12 times a year easily if you think about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And don't just send them the just solds and everything in that neighborhood. Send them anything you're selling. Show them you're working
Okay.
all over the place and you're a busy, active realtor doing a ton of production.
Okay, so I just found it. It says market update and Whitlock is a certain subdivision. It says active listings one, home sold two, average price per square foot, and it also gives the average sales price of 778K. So, and then it has scan here for a free instant home valuation. You're right, I am giving away too much. I had to fix that. Scan here now for a free instant home valuation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one that
So,
we all know is going to be wrong no matter what it says, right?
right. Right.
So
Right. Mm-hmm.
just take out the word instant and collect the data, and now you have all their information. Then go see them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I let them lead me. I should have let them. So that's only been it's my third month. It's gone out 3 months now. He did tell me I need to do it for at least a year to see a turnaround. And so I've only got 3 scans, which is disheartening. But I'm gonna get on the phone with him today and say, hey, I think we may be doing this a little the wrong way. And I want to be able to. I want to force an appointment, and that's what we need.
Yeah,
Okay.
but the reader doesn't need to know that until you call
Right.
them and say,
Sure.
"I've got more questions. I'm really going to need to meet with you to see the home anyway. When can we
Correct.
get together? Tuesday at
Gotcha.
7 or would 8 be better?"
Yes, sir. Yes. That's exactly it. Yes.
And you
Thank
can
you.
approach it. I don't want to do you a disservice and give you some BS huge range like a lot of real estate agents. I want to give you something you can actually
More
work
accurate.
with. And don't
Yes.
worry, I'm not going to try to list your house while I'm there. I just want to give you accurate information. You and I
That's
can
right.
meet one another and, hopefully we'll do business in the future.
Right. Thank you so much for that. That works.
You're welcome.
Mhm.
Roger, how you doing, brother?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Fresh back from vacay, huh?
Yes, sir. Have you made any progress since we met last week?
A little bit. I just got back Monday myself.
Okay.
Um, we spent a month in Iowa with, well, I think I spoke with you. My father-in-law
Yeah.
been in the hospital and he's in a rehab facility right now. But see, I kind of been away. I've still been working, but been away from home, been away from Norm and all that stuff. So getting back into it now.
Yeah.
I do have one question, Jeff. This whole funnel thing is a little newer to me, and you'd mentioned that you were doing this and you were going to put a funnel together. Do you go through the attract ROI or bold trail, or when you put a
Attract
funnel
ROI.
together, what does that involve?
Attract ROI is, I mean, go high level, which is attract ROI. I think it's just built for funnels. Um, that's what I'm using with it. The way it just, I think it works better than I haven't tried doing a funnel in Bold Trail. I mean, Bold Trail is great with what it does with the drips and CRM and that kind of stuff. But I think Bold Go High Level Attract ROI is just built for funnels.
And
So,
is it something preset that you're going to, or you're building them from scratch, or how does that?
a little bit of both. I mean, I've got the preset ones that they've given us, but then I'm customizing them, and getting help with that. Honestly, we could help you with them. So,
This is something I started months ago, and I hadn't completed it. I'm getting investors and people want to flip and also long-term investors. I've been working with investors for a while,
yeah,
and it's just overwhelming the people that are contacting me. So my idea was to start a funnel to advertise for distressed property, people that just want to get out of the property and get those for potential listers, to pass on to the
yeah,
investors. Usually investors, it's 30-day close, can be move pretty fast on that type of stuff. So
hmm,
I think it's well worth trying it.
yeah,
Expense to be pretty minimal, and it could be a very high volume thing. Just kind of what you're talking about with going expires and stuff. Um, there's a lot of potential out there, I think, for that.
yeah, for sure.
I don't
So,
disagree with that, Roger, but my recommendation is always start with the new construction funnel that's been built for you and learn the system on that. And by the time you learn the system, then you can apply it to a different market, like an investor market. And my first thought on the investors, it's going to be hard to put an ad in front of the right people in Facebook and Instagram, would be my first concern with that as a funnel approach. But is that making sense?
Uh, yes and no. I guess I'm not sure what's your reasoning for thinking it's gonna be hard to find the right market.
Um, the Facebook demographics, I can find people that are searching for new construction.
Hmm.
I don't know where I would start to look for investors in a saturated market where there's already more
No,
investors than there are cheap
not
homes and
not
they all
not
want.
investors. I got the investors. I'm looking for buyer or for sellers. I have all the investors I can.
So
I
you're
just
looking for
I need
people that want to
sellers.
sell their house for below market value.
Yeah. I mean, essentially, I mean that they need to get out of it. They're wanting, it could be a whole bunch of different things. They could be pre-foreclosure. They could have inherited a property and just don't want to deal with it. They could, they got to move because of, their job changed. Whole a vast amount of reasons why they need to sell quickly, and
Hmm.
it probably is going to be undervalued, honestly. So
Well, it is because that's all they're willing to pay
yeah,
typically.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah, you'd almost be just as well nail a sign to a telephone pole. I buy houses, and you're working on behalf of your buyers that want to buy those houses. But I mean, you could probably turn that into, not that it can't be done. I'm just struggling with how do you put ads in front of the right people in that situation.
Mhm.
I
It's
mean,
not always necessarily that way. If they want to do creative financing, a lot of times they can get market value, or I've even got above market value a few times, if the deal's right.
hmm Yeah, you would probably, at a minimum, you'd need a video-based ad where you can exclude the audience you don't want to talk to. Hey everybody, it's Roger Reed. If you are a seller in a distress situation, you need to sell, but you don't have time to go through the normal processes, or if you're looking at foreclosure, if you're looking at a bankruptcy and need to get your real estate sold, click here, buyers that need to talk to you. Something like that.
Right.
So a video
Well,
ad that may be the only way you can, but Facebook's going to put that ad in front of tens of thousands of people, and but you only want that one specific niche.
the end goal isn't just to get it to the investors. It would be to me also listed. I mean, it's an option. Do you want to get rid of it quick, or would you like to try to put it on the open market and see
hmm
what we can get off your property too?
So, I mean, we may just come back to the multiple offer funnel then.
Yeah. And that's something I never have even looked at yet. So,
I just think about I do think about expireds and just all the articles I've been reading about the number of sellers like pulling their house off the market, because it didn't sell and they were overpriced, maybe didn't have to sell.
mhm.
But how many of those have equity and would be willing to entertain an offer, you know, if the right offer came along? I mean, are you still open to selling? I don't know. There's conversations that could be had there, I think. I just know expired listings that's what I'm going after right now. And just different meetings I've been on, it's like, wow, if you're not going after expired listings right now, like you're missing the boat because they're everywhere, every day, you know? Um, so that's an area that I'm working on targeting right now, personally. Just going to look at it and see what I can do. And using the multiple offers platform to help with that. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Because we have offers. I mean, they're legitimate offers, and again, it doesn't mean they're going to take that offer, but it opens the door for that conversation. And they might take the offer. They might look at it and go, yeah, they'll take it, depending on their situation. That happens with those, but it gets
Now
you.
on the multiple offers, that's something you could like to say I have a listing now that's been on the market for a little bit. I can go on there and put that on there and get a offer, multiple offers for this property.
You'd have 11 offers in the next 30 seconds.
Okay.
That's what happens with it.
I've done that, Roger, with current listings, saying I just want you to know I work with a ton of investors, and I submitted your home to the platform I use to solicit offers, and I've got offers as high as this and as low as this. I just wanted to share that with you so we know what we're dealing with. If for whatever reason this house didn't sell in a retail sort of way, you've got these we can always fall back on at any time.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We took it within one of our listings. And again, they owned the house outright. Um, they were overpriced. We had to come down quite a bit on the price, and we finally did go under contract. But probably about 2 weeks beforehand, I put it in there, and we showed them the offers, whatever, and just like, hey, just again, I know this isn't exactly what you want, but at least we have something here. Like you can sleep better at night. We got something here. Doesn't mean you have to take one of these, but let's keep working on your house. But I know you guys they have a deadline because they're building a house and going to close on that. I think here in August, whatever. But we finally got it under contract. But it did help them to see that we just had something, you know. and kind of took the pressure off us a little bit too, because they were just, oh my gosh, yeah, I mean, just stressed, good people, but just hounding my wife, making her crazy. 2 and 3 calls a day, just, with all this stuff. And, we need to change this, we need to change that, and take out that picture. And here, I'm going to send you another picture. Put this picture in, we change the description to this, what that we don't like it saying that you got to have this. I mean, it's like, oh my goodness, like you just, and just stress. So,
I had that happen to me one time. She was questioning everything I did, calling my assistant, giving her instructions. I went and knocked on her door and said, we need to talk. I said,
yeah.
I'm seriously considering firing you. You obviously don't trust that I've sold 1,600 homes in the last 20 years. I don't need you telling us every single step to make. And if we can't have this understanding right now, you're fired. Oh, no, 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 no. I didn't mean to come across that. Okay, then don't call my assistant. Don't tell me how to do my job. Don't tell her how to do my. We got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to do that.
Yeah, for sure. So the multiple offers piece did help a ton in terms of just like, okay, we at least have something here. It's not as much as I want, but we could take this if we had to. Let's see where it goes. And then we ended up getting it under contract, but it did help ease their mind a little bit.
How does that work as far as fees or commissions and stuff like that?
They pay commissions, and there are fees in those. So you can see the net offer. Here's the net amount that the seller would get,
And then
So
is there a flat commission they pay to bring the deal to the table, or is that all on your seller?
no, they pay the commissions. I mean, it's all worked into the deal,
Okay.
yeah. Most of the best offers are the dual close. So, they'll come in and buy it and they'll give you, 1.5% or whatever up front on yours, and then they relist it with you. People move out, whatever, and they give them 65 to 85% of their equity up front, whatever, and then they'll relist it with you. And then they're real aggressive in wanting to get it sold. They don't want to carry the property too long. There's carrying fees in there built in. So, yeah, and then they pay you the rest of your commission when it sells the second time. And if it actually sells above what they thought it would sell, they will give the difference to the sellers. So that's nice too.
Hmm.
So, but they kind of have, here's the amount that the sellers are going to get. So, I haven't done any yet. I mean, again, I'm working on all this stuff, so I can't,
Sure.
but I know people who have and have been happy with the way it's worked, so, but again, way to get your foot in the door with some of these people that didn't sell. Like I said, I'm going to start taking the expired listings every day and just putting them into a drip with a voicemail drop and emails and text, and just have them call me because they're getting bombarded by phone calls by agents. So I'd rather they call me than me call them. That's my thinking. So, Tim, did you see Tracy's postcards here in the chat?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't pulled them up.
And I got them going wrong, don't I, Tim?
Yeah, there's a lot there.
Yeah.
I take the whole different approach we talked about personally.
Yeah. I just took their, how they call you and they get you all excited and
Sure.
you're thinking they're setting you up for success because they work with other agents, but it is so important now that I'm on this call to inspect what you expect. And so I already sent them an email. I said, hey, we need to have a consultation ASAP. My coaches told me I'm giving you guys too much. So I'm going to tell them that, why this is not working and how I want to figure out a way to revamp it where it forces them to, they have to call me and I have to get with them so I can book that appointment to get into the house. Yep. Okay. Now, Jeff, I missed a little bit. I was a little late. When you said, I love what you're saying, your approach on the expires is that you have a way for them to call you. So could you briefly, because I got on about 11 minutes late. So I think that you guys need to
Well, it's
talk
just
about it.
working on a drip campaign with a
Okay.
funnel, so I could
Oh,
add
okay.
expireds into a drip campaign where they get a voicemail drop put on their phone.
Okay.
Just like, hey, I saw your house came off the market. Sorry, it didn't sell. It
Yeah.
actually did come across the desk of some of our buyers. I
Yeah.
actually do have a couple offers here
Okay.
for you. Give me a call if you'd like to discuss those offers. These are legitimate offers. I mean, whatever fair market value, just give me a call. We'll talk about them. Something I got to put that together.
Okay.
I'm gonna work
Okay.
on that.
Okay.
And
And then your offers are coming from
the multiple offers platform.
the multiple offers platform. And where is that, y'all? I'm sorry.
It's let's see. Tim? Do we have a link for that? We have a link. They can get it from us at a discount.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, it's like 197 a month. It's month to month.
Okay. And
It's
this is
like
for people.
Express offers, Tina.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean,
So,
similar.
yeah.
Tracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Express offers, only it's a lot more buyers and a lot more offers simultaneously.
Okay. So they got their buy boxes out there, and it's 197 a month for you to see these buyers and what they're looking for.
You can put any address. You can put your home address in there, and within 30 seconds, you've got about 11 offers to look at.
I'm
I mean,
very interested in that. So please get me connected.
yeah.
Yeah.
You might check with Kathy's in your upline, right? Because
Yeah.
Kathy has access to it too. Because I mean, there's like an affiliate fee with it. So
Okay. I got you.
have
So,
Kathy send you her link, and if not, I can send Tim or I can send you ours. But
okay. Gotcha. I'll go with Kathy first because I was just talking to her yesterday. Funnels
yeah,
never did work for me because I had an issue at Facebook ads. I don't know why they wouldn't take
well,
my
this
card.
you wouldn't need Facebook ads with this. I am running a
I
Facebook
love that.
right
Yeah.
now to bring in like hey, if you want to, I've got an ad I just posted it yesterday. I'm still
Mhm.
playing with it, but
Okay.
if you look at like we're taking, have you heard of Mark Spain? You guys heard of Mark
Oh,
Spain?
God. Who hasn't?
Yeah, because he's huge. So honestly, a lot of these are just almost like copying his ads to some degree.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You
No
know?
open houses, no showings. And we get you a cash offer right away. Yeah, we
Yeah.
hear
I mean,
Yep.
who else?
All
So
those approaches are just that foot in the door.
That's it. That's
yeah,
it. hmm
exactly.
Yeah, he's heavy on the advertising. Okay, so yeah, I'll get with Kathy about that. But yeah, I just hate I couldn't do the funnels because for some reason Facebook wouldn't take my card, and I even got with your wizard, and the wizard couldn't help me either. So I was like, God,
Yeah,
this is awful, but that's okay.
for sure.
All in all, it's doing. If you would guide me on this, is just basically at one point you were focusing more so on new construction, which is still where it's at based on those interest rates.
Still
So
using
just
it.
doing those new construction videos and uploading them to your YouTube, right?
Yeah,
That's
that's a
one way.
part of it. But I've got ads running out there right now for new construction. We
Yeah,
got
about
we
that.
have we have one closing coming up here this month. New construction. We have several right now that we're working with.
Nice.
So that's working well.
I love it. Okay, thank you.
So let me find my looking here real quick. So yeah, so here's my ad that just went live yesterday for this piece of it. I don't know if you can see that right there. Find out what our cash offer on your home would be. This is copying Mark Spain. No obligation cash offer, quick and easy process, local, trusted experience. They click on that and it takes them to a form where they fill out the details about their house and whatever. So trying that one right now. That's working. There's a guy in what did they say, Herbie? I think he's in Atlanta. I could be wrong. I don't know if you know him. Here's the text. Thinking about selling, but not sure where to start. You may be sitting on more equity than you realize. We help homeowners discover their home's value, receive a competitive cash offer without the hassle of traditional listings. Fast response, local market experts, no obligation. Click below, get your free cash offer today. So I'm trying that. But there's a guy down there. He's doing $30 a day on his Facebook ads, and he's gotten 17 leads in the last like week and a half, 10 days from that. Exact same picture, colors, and again, just copy of Mark Spain. It's that blue and white. So I don't know.
Okay, what do I ask Kathy for specifically? Is there a particular name I need to tell her?
Want the link to the multiple offers.
Multiple offers. Okay.
Yeah.
Multiple offers.
She should have a link.
Okay, I'm texting her now. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. I want to play with it for a little bit. I haven't put it out to a bunch of people myself. I want to just play with it, know that it works the way I think it can
Yeah.
work. and just,
I
I
get
just want to know what I'm doing before
I get it. I get it.
I don't know you guys spending $200 a month and all this stuff. I mean, I know it works. It's just a matter of tweaking it and refining it. I want to try this one guy. I'm excited about this Robert Weichelt piece. I just like that idea. In and out,
Gotcha.
So it's a good system. They do great training. There's a lot of good trainings in there, a lot of good videos to watch. That whole multiple offer system. It's not an EXP thing. It's not a micro reach thing. It's a whole separate platform. I think what Michael and these guys have done is just figured out a good funnel and a marketing piece, to help it work. Another way to make it work. So, but yeah, your postcards, Tracy, real quick. I like them. They feel very busy to me. Does it feel busy to you, Tim?
I thought it was busy too. Yeah.
It's on. It's
That's the
almost like,
front and back. Yeah, it is busy though. I thought.
yeah. It's just I think again, I think there's ways to even that scan me part there with in the middle. It's got just that scan now for a free instant home evaluation for, and it's got the little arrows, property address, at value, whatever, like value placeholder, whatever, like all that. That doesn't make sense to like people,
Yeah, that's
Like
where
it
their
just
address is going to be. That's where their address will be.
right, but they don't need to see that on there. Just scan in for a free home evaluation, and then
Okay.
it's almost like you got like custom value codes in there. Like it's just like there's just ways to clean that up. I think to make it.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you're gonna have two, well, I guess the same QR code is on the front and the back. That's fine. You could
No,
do
I don't. It seems
you
like it
could
should
do
be used better.
you could do two different codes. I don't know. There's
Yeah.
but
Okay. Yeah. One for the valuation, maybe one to look for homes in your area. I don't know.
something
It's got to be better than this, though. I get it.
that market report, more detail, like again, more details of a market report. I don't know. It feels busy.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought so. I didn't like it,
You
but
know,
I just went with it because you know how you just we're
for
agents out
sure.
here just hoping for something's gonna work. Something's gonna work for us. So we just got there throwing mud against the wall. But I want it to make sense. So I'm glad I'm on the call today and got y'all's
Yeah, for
expert
sure.
opinion on it. Thank you.
Yeah. I love that you're doing and again the consistency is what's going to make it work, So but you're doing that.
Well, I will tell you that, with this 250th anniversary or birthday of United States of America, they have those. I do my flags every year, and I noticed, because I know people are going to list with whoever they want to list with because we have our connections, personal connections, and relationships already. In my subdivision, in particular, and I'm the HOA president, we only have 37 townhome units here, and they all are. I guess 500,000 to 700,000. And I see 4 or 5 of them for sale. And they're probably the ones that bought these houses when they first came in, when they first built them, 2017. So they're ready to go. And I see so many. I got a red fin sign. I got 2 compass signs. I'm like, why are they? And I can't, as the HOA president, I really can't solicit because we got no soliciting. But I think they
Right,
know because
right.
I took my flag around and gave everybody a flag and let them know I'm a realtor and everything. But that doesn't mean anything. I don't take offense to that because I do know people have relationships. But I just want to tell people that that's a great thing. What I'm doing now for July and August, I'm taking my flags around, probably to these subdivisions that I'm already putting the postcards at. Let's just go there instead of my own personal subdivision, so they'll see more of me. And so these flags I got from Amazon. It says Happy 250th anniversary, whatever, and then it has a postcard that just gives information because there's a lot of no soliciting. So it just gives information, makes it look more so that I'm giving them a gift of the flag. Um, and it doesn't, it has my phone number on there, but it doesn't say call me for your real estate needs like I typically would do. So that's one thing I'm doing and getting those out between the second and the third tomorrow and the next day. And then for August, with school starting back, I hope that a lot of people are into the schools where they are doing something special for the teachers. They have this little cute teacher survival kit that you can get off Etsy. Just go to Etsy and put into the search teacher survival kit. And it has these cute little postcards that say, Starburst for the burst of energy you're going to need, and, Tootsie Roll to roll you out of the issues, or, gum to get you out of the sticky situations. So you put all these little pieces of candy into this little bag and it has your information and stuff. And you give it out to the teachers. Or we're also going to be doing donuts and coffee, just a welcome back to school. We appreciate you, 'cause they're a hometown hero to me, teachers. And
Sure.
so get into those teachers' lounges right before school starts or when school starts. As long as you do it in August, I think it's advantageous. I did that at Riverdale High School here in Georgia. And not only did I get a listing, but I also helped her buy a home. So it ended up being $30,000 for a trade off of 700. I did lunch that time. I put $700 up there and I did Subway sandwiches, chips, cookies, water and had them all to sign up. And I did get 2 sales out of that. So it was really good.
Sure. Yeah, good. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Red Fox out there in LA. Hello, Red. How you doing? You're muted. There
I'm doing fine.
Anything we can help you with before we head out here?
No, I'm sitting in an open house right now.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah, just put
Okay.
my flags out and stuff. And so
Nice.
it's
Okay.
still doing the Facebook event, doing a story, doing past clients, past visitors that came by. So
Mhm.
it's working. But I didn't
Yeah.
know Boat Trail does CMAs.
Yeah. It'll
I'm
do a
still
home evaluation.
I'm still training on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you
I
can't
put,
count on
I don't
them.
know, in the chat, and it was something that came up last week when you were mentioning QR codes. I don't know if it's just open houses. It seems like you could do. They were talking about this on this webinar I was on last week, and I have not looked into this yet, so I can't vouch for it. But it's like a check-in QR code for open houses.
Oh,
I was just thinking you
nice.
might be able to use that QR code somehow different ways, Tracy. I don't know how it's set up, but you might look at that page.
Okay.
But that's what these guys are using when they got a line of people out front of the house to come into the house for the open house. Is that
Yeah.
right there? Because I somehow it captures a lot of their I think it captures their phone numbers and all kinds of stuff that it
I
does.
don't see it, Jeff. You're saying it's in the chat or?
I put it in the chat. Yeah, I could
Okay.
redo it. It's
Let me see. I don't see it for some reason. I don't know if it's.
okay. Here, let me just copy it. I'll put it in again.
Oh, okay. Every open house visitor saved and sent to your CRM.
Yeah, and I have
Okay.
no idea. I can't vouch for it again, but that's what these guys are doing. That's doing this whole 14-day offer and lining people up outside the door for the open house. Like that's the QR code
Yeah.
system that they're using.
What I used to do back in the day to get them out there is just, you drop it on a Friday, but nobody can see it until Sunday. But that's when the market was crazy and everybody's fighting.
Yeah.
But we can have them lined up too. I love that. Okay. I'm going to use
This
that.
guy's dropping them on Monday and no showings till Saturday. And then marketing it like crazy through the week with social media and
Oh, wow.
posts and Facebook ads and all this stuff. And it's 15% below market value. And he's getting 100 people in his open house on Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, well, that would create the urgency and anticipation. That would increase it for sure. So everybody's ready for it. Yeah.
I'll find out more. I got a meeting with him tomorrow. So I might play around with that and try it and see if I can do it. I don't know. Probably get in trouble somehow, some way. I've been there before, but you can't do this. Well, Hannah, why not? You ever had that, Tim? Like guaranteed
Never.
sale, something like that. Wait, you can't do that. Well, why do you need it? I'm getting the best price for my sellers. Isn't that what we're
What do you
supposed
mean?
to do?
I just did.
Exactly. So, anything else? Anybody? Andy, Nancy, I got your email about the funnels. You got that filled out, so they're building your funnels. We'll meet. Let's meet after you when we get the email that your ads are turned on. Turn them off, and let you and I meet. Okay, and we'll go through a bunch of stuff with that. So cool. So, Zach, you should come to Dallas with us August 3rd and 4th for that event.
What's going on August 3rd and 4th? What is it?
Michael Reese.
Oh, yeah.
Down there in Dallas. They're doing a 2-day event, 1 day on buyers, 1 day on sellers. Phenomenal.
I think they did it here in Atlanta. I missed it. I think I was at the. I was actually with Zachary out in Texas. I think they did it here while we were out there.
Oh, that's right. You were down at the Clemmer thing.
I went to the summer thing. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
The leadership training.
Yeah. But Zach, you might consider that coming down there for 2 days. I'm going to fly in on Sunday, the 2nd, and then fly out probably Tuesday night after it ends on the 4th. So it's 2 nights. Tim, you're going to be there, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Great event. Phenomenal event. I mean, really, you'll pick up more stuff out of that. For 2 days, buyers and sellers. Yeah. If anybody wants the link to that, let us know. We can get you the link to register. It's only what, $197, I think is the price on it.
I think so.
It's cheap for 2 days.
Well, and anybody that's using the funnels can go for free too. So like Roger, if you're interested, let me know.
Oh,
You
that's
can
right.
go and
Yeah.
attend for free. Just got to pay for your room and meals.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested. If you want to shoot me a text on the sign up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nancy, let me know. Think about that if you want to come join us down there for a couple days. Flight and hotel, but we could get you in. Yeah, we can do the VIP thing at no charge since you have the funnels. So cool. All right, guys. Have a good week. Remember, next week we'll be here on Friday. Okay, so tomorrow Q&A with Kelly and Eric for Agent Attraction. Next Tuesday we have Nick Krim coming in, first Tuesday of July. He'll be back with an update. How's your site coming, Tim? With him I got mine up to 99. I'm trying to get it to 100. My AEO score.
Yeah,
So
I can't remember what I was at, 97 or 98, but
yeah.
I got my first lead 2 days ago.
Did you? How's it come in with that? I'm curious. Well, you just get
Just get a text message saying somebody just signed up on your site.
Okay, what they sign up for, like on your site?
It's just a contact. I mean, everybody's probably building their sites differently, but
I'd like to see yours because that's the one thing I'm trying to figure out, like how to get lead. I mean, I'm posting it everywhere. I'm posting the blogs over my Google business page and all kinds of stuff with that,
Go to timhollanden.com. You'll see
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Click on it, fill it out. I'll ignore it.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Sounds good. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great week.
You
If we can
too.
help
Thanks
you,
so
let us
much,
know.
guys.
We'll see
Appreciate you.
Happy
Okay.
4th,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Yeah. Have a good
Thanks a
holiday.
lot. Bye
See you
bye.
guys.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye now.